in continue talking about this over the phone. Let's go back to Engineer Adel El Guindy, the National Coordinator of the Holy Family Project in Egypt. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So I was just talking right now about the path of the Holy Family in Egypt and how important it is, especially that each stop, of course, of this path has a lot and is located in another important site. Even when the Pope came to visit Egypt, he said that this is a pilgrimage to Egypt.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yes, when he came times before, he say, I came to Egypt pilgrimage. That's well. We start from this project from Egypt full humanity, and this is our main aim in the project. There was a meeting of we Congress, and I can say that we are very satisfied on the progress on ground. More than 70% have been accomplished over there along all 25 stop points of the Holy Family.
Engineer Adel, where are the important spots when it comes to each of these stops?
The importance of all the stop points are very important. All 25 stop points are important because when the Holy Family passed with Egypt, there remains relatives very valued to be visited. And you know the story when they came from Israel to Egypt, then we consider it an adventure tourism because they was escaping or fleeing from the Herodes, the Jewish aggressive king. Then they crossed the Nile in Al-Maadi, at the church of Al-Maadi. And the most important stop point is that old Cairo in the religious complex, and another 4 main monasteries in Wadi Nutron in the Western Desert. Then continue to Jabal al-Tayr in Al-Mani, as you mentioned in your presentation, and following to in Dronka. All these stop points are very important. There are a lot of relics remains until now, and when the pilgrim came to visit Egypt, will enjoy all these things and all these relics and archaeological sites remains until now. So it's not only pilgrimage. No, it's sort of, reflects that Egypt is the land of the religious Egypt, where the old cultures have been melted in, and there is dialogue between Egypt and all the universe. So this is important of the project for us.
Engineer Adel, could you tell us more about the project itself? How long will it take and when is it going to end?
Yes, as we know historically and religiously, the Holy Family started Egypt from the northeast side, from Taf, and then continue to El Parama, east to Port Said, and then to El Delta at Taka, where the footprint of Jesus have been founded on some stones over there, and continue to Manouda Governorate, and coming down again to El Mataraya in north of Cairo, and continue to Fatimat Cairo. Also, there is a stop point over there, which is the Wela Church, and then continue to Wadi al-Nutron monasteries, 4 monasteries, and Babishoy, Sorian, Baramos, and Macarius, and then cross the Nile again to the old Cairo stop point where the religious complex, Jama Amr, and the Hank Church, and synagogue, Jewish temple, and then continue again to El Maadi. This is a point where they cross the Nile again to when in the trip many this trip takes more than 3 years and a half, and it lasted in 3 years and a half, but along 3,500 kilometers. When the tourist or when the visitor came to visit that park, we consider that it may take about 1 month if he wants to visit all the stop points. Of course, we are dividing or scattering this long trip into some period. For night, he can visit Cairo and Wadi al-Nutron. For 2 nights, he can continue to visit the Delta at Al area and Samanod. For 1 week, he can continue to Ilmenia by night cruising. By the way, the concept of the project was the strategy is how to merge more than one product in the trip. So night cruise with the Holy Family, and when you visit Egypt, when you visit Cairo, you can visit the Fatim Pyramid and Saqqara, and then visit the Maadi and Old Cairo. So we are trying to enlarge, to maximize the benefits from the project by visiting many products.
Well, of course, it's a huge project, especially we are talking about different sites in different places in Egypt, all around Egypt. So how important it is when it comes to recording such a huge project also on the UNESCO's World Heritage Map.
Yes, the target of launching this project on the list of the UNESCO World Heritage Site is that we are saving more than 5% of the effort of motion. When the visitor has visited the internet or social media and found that those sites are allocated on the world, that gives motivation to visit that site. Nowadays, the visitor became well-cultured, well-educated, and he can use the internet as...
Right. Talking about this important project and talking about it, especially we are approaching Christmas time and we are trying to promote for more when it comes to tourism. We know that also we are taking, Egypt is taking all precautionary and preventative measures to confront the coronavirus pandemic. So we have our measures, of course, and still Egypt started to receive some number of tourists, individuals who are coming to visit Egypt, and of course they are tested before entering the country and being taken care of just to have a break, because definitely we all know that the number of cases in their countries or in European countries can never be compared actually to Egypt.
Yes, we are working, but even in Corona time, we haven't stopped in any time. Last year also we worked on the development of the infrastructure and needed services, by the way, because we believe that in this time, when the tourists or the visitors are limited, we have to work on the infrastructure. We are paving the road, because we know that after Corona, the whole universe will be steady and ready to suddenly start. So the competition will be weird and fire. So we have to be ready. We accepted the challenge to accomplish all the needed services and infrastructure before the upcoming Christmas in Egypt. And are using visual presentation and visual movies and animations to be shown to the international community abroad, so that we are creating motivation for them. After Corona, I think, and I believe, they will come to Egypt and they are willing to see this huge project that's a very humanitarian story.
So for sure we have now a program that will take whoever would like to visit or to start this path of the Holy Family in Egypt, starting from the first spot to the end spot. I mean, for example, if they need 1 week, tell us more about how the program will go if we started to work on it with tourists.
Yes, as it's a very long trip, we scattered that trip into about 4 options. The first options for 1 night, as I mentioned, when he came to Cairo, maybe via Sphinx Airport, the new airport, or via Cairo Airport, so he can stay at the hotels of Cairo City and then stay his night and enjoying dinner on an Nile cruise. In the morning, he can visit the Higher Church and the religious complex and continue to El Maadi and cross El Maadi to Wadi Al Natron. This is 1 night, 2 days. Can continue also another option, or the second option is to stay in Wadi Natron for another night, so it's 3 nights, and visit Wadi Natron relatives and monasteries over there, and then go back again to Cairo. So this is one option for 3 nights, 4 days. The other option is, if he has time to visit the archaeological site in Cairo City, he will stay 1 day to visit the Cairo Museum, and of course, inshallah, next year he can visit the Grand Egyptian Museum and continue continue to Talibot in Delta for 2 nights, additional 2 nights, and to Saka, go directly as a same day to Saka in Kafr al-Sheikh and to Samanod in Gharbiya and stay the night over there in one of the ecology. So it's about 8 nights, 9 days. He come back to Cairo again, stay in his hotel, and then go to Elmenia via night cruise, and then he visits Elmenia site at Jabal al-Khair and stays the night in Elmenia. The every morning go to Asyut and visit the 2 sites in Asyut and stay another night, and then come back again to Cairo via night cruising. It takes about 2 nights or 3 nights again. So it takes or lasts more than 20 days. So this is the various options to visit the whole site.
Right. Talking also about when can we start it? I know I asked you before about when will the project end, but when can we start the tour itself?
Okay. We received familiarization trips for the charismat and for the head of churches from Europe, and 2 visits from Vatican delegations, and 2 visits from English church heads, and so this is what we call the familiarization trips for the awareness of the tour operators and the churches that received the pilgrimage. But actually, we are ready after the upcoming January, and after Christmas to receive a visitor, to receive a tourist for the site.
Right, Engineer Adel Guindy, the National Coordinator of the Holy Family Project in Egypt. Thank you very much for joining us. Still, we have more on our breakfast show, but first moving on to a quick break. Then we'll be back with more on the breakfast show.
السلام والمحبة والحكمة عيسى ومحمد